For those of you who are already celebrating, happy holidays, and for those of us waiting for Christmas next week, Merry Christmas. It's a very magical time of year and I'm really excited. Now that I have a kid, it's just so much more magical. It's amazing. I love this time of year, but it does mean that there's really only 2 more Fridays in the year. So 2 more videos for me, and I always like to do some sort of product favorites at the end of the year. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get into my product favorites. I'm kind of categorizing things by type of product this year, so we'll see how that goes. I will do my best to keep things brief. And then the last thing of note here is just if you want to see how I styled my hair today, stick around till next week because that will be coming out as my last video of the year. How exciting. It's weird. Where did the year go? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. If you do like content like this, please do like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Lena, and welcome to my bathroom. We're gonna start this whole shebang off with some kind of pre-shower treatments, things that I would do before washing my hair. I really only have one of these that I just absolutely love and would recommend, and that is the Curlsmith Bond Curl Rehab Salve. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't other good ones out there. It just means either they didn't pop into my mind when I was going through my products, or I haven't tried them yet. But I do like this one. I think it's a really good way to help repair the bonds in your hair if you're a little concerned. I think this is actually a new bottle because I finally used up the full one, because I know this is kind of expensive. It's somewhere around $30 for a full bottle, I believe. However, just keep in mind that it lasts a really long time. The last one lasted me something like 2 years. Moving into shampoos, I'm going to start off with kind of a specialty shampoo. So for me personally, I live in an area that has hard water, and that means that I have to pretty constantly keep that in the back of my mind, or I end up with stringy, gross hair. And so the product that I reach for the most is the Ion Hard Water Shampoo. In fact, this is really the only one that I reach for. Typically, you can find this somewhere around $10, so it is more drugstore prices, and it really does help strip all of the hard water minerals out of my hair and help make sure that I get a good wash. Now, this one is definitely more on the stripping side. You're gonna have to follow this up with a hair mask, which is fine for me. It's just something I keep in mind when I really have to do a good reset to my hair. I'm actually almost out. I'm gonna have to repurchase soon. Now, moving into a more gentle shampoo, the one that I actually personally reach for most frequently is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Bond Building Shampoo. I don't entirely know how much bond building these cheaper ones are doing in your hair. I think a lot of them are really more just maintaining the bonds in your hair, not necessarily repairing the ones that are damaged, but they might be doing a little bit of work. I think a lot of these type of products, what they do to help repair the bonds in your hair is just they have smaller proteins that have an easier time penetrating the strand, so it can actually do more strengthening and repair work. However, I still like a lot of these kind of products. They're good maintenance products for me, and this one especially is a nice gentle shampoo. Whenever I use this, I just feel like my hair is nice and clean, but it doesn't leave my hair feeling too stripped or anything like that. I really recommend this, especially because it is drugstore prices, somewhere around $8, $8 to $10 I believe, and pretty available. Now, if you don't particularly like the Not Your Mother's products, or you're just looking for something else, another good option is the Marc Repair Bond Daily Care Shampoo. This is a more clarifying product, which I personally like in a bond repair line because it means that I'm getting a good, nice cleanse before I'm going in with my other products. One thing to keep in mind with this one is it does have silicone in it, so if you don't like that, then this is a no-go, but it is a good drugstore price. You can find it in a lot of different places. I personally find that this is a nice cleansing product without leaving my hair too stripped, so I do recommend this one. And yeah, one more option that I found that I really liked when it comes to bond repair products, if they're drugstore prices anyway, the same price as a normal shampoo, why not just get one that might help repair your bonds a little bit? And that is the Shea Moisture Bond Repair Shampoo. I did like this one. I found for my hair personally that this really gave it a good cleanse. This does have clarifying ingredient in it. Again, it's more drugstore prices. The Shea Moisture is a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones. I think they're more like $10 to $15. Probably closer to 15. I really like this product. I think it worked really well for me. Moving into conditioners, I really only have one conditioner that I have all on its own here, and that's, again, the Shea Moisture Bond Repair Conditioner. I've got to be honest, I've kind of moved away from using conditioners, partially just because I have so many hair masks that I just need to move my way through them. So I've started using them a lot as just normal conditioners. But I did like this one. If I remember right, this one gave me some pretty decent slip. It was easy to work through my hair, and it made my hair feel very nice and silky and soft after I was done. It could probably potentially be a little heavy on the hair for some people. If you have fine, looser textured, lower density hair, this might not be the one for you, but I like it. Especially this time of year, it's just so dry that a lot of the times I struggle with an itchy scalp. My husband is actually exactly the same way. We both just complain about itchy scalps. Some of the products that I have found to help with that would be the Derma E line. So this is the Scalp Relief line, I have the shampoo and the conditioner. These two are actually empty because my husband and I have gone through so many of these. I keep rebuying them. By the way, there is an empties video coming soon. I just haven't gotten around to planning it out yet. So keep an eye out for that if that's something you're interested in. These work really well for our dry scalps. My husband this is all he uses anymore. And I do still use them pretty frequently as well. I do really like these. They give me a good cleanse. They make my hair feel good, as well as they just leave my scalp feeling nice and clean. Biggest downside of these is the bottles are so stiff. They're so hard, and it can be kind of hard to get the product out of them. But they are more drugstore prices. I believe each of these is somewhere around $10. And then the last of the scalp products that I really like is just the detox kit from Curlsmith. This has the pre-wash primer, the wash and scrub detox shampoo, as well as the post-wash calming conditioner. When using all three of these together, I do find that it does really help to make my scalp not feel quite so itchy. I know it is a little on the pricier side. I at least personally find for my scalp, with my issues with my dry scalp, my dry skin, this helps me out. All right, and then finally in this shower category, we're gonna finish off on hair masks. For me personally, the one that I always talk about, the one that works for me the best, is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Protein Power Treatment. This is probably somewhere between $12 and $15, but for me personally, every time I need a fix, this does it for me. It's just like my superpower. I just love this product so much. For some people, I could see this being a little bit heavy on the hair, but if you need a nice boost without too much protein in it, this is a good choice. Another option, one that I do use pretty frequently, is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Bond Building Mask. I do really like this mask, and I'm almost out of all three of these. I'm actually out of the conditioner, which is why it's not here. I totally forgot to pull it out. I use the conditioner from this line a lot as well. All of these I just really like. It does make my hair feel very nice, makes it feel very soft and very silky, and I would definitely recommend, again, drugstore prices. It's a good go-to. And then when it comes back to Shea Moisture, I do also like their bond repair mask. I need to do a little bit more experimenting with this, but I do feel like I probably could use this either in replacement of the Manuka Honey and Yogurt one, or maybe they both work equally as well, so I could use either or, because I did feel like this did a really good job for me and gave me some really good definition, even without any product in my hair. Now, last of the drugstore ones is I tried this for the first time last week, the Marc Anthony Bond Repair Hair Mask, and I actually really did like this one. It left my hair feeling very silky and very smooth. It doesn't have a whole lot of slip to it, but again, if you're looking for some sort of bond repair product that is more on the drugstore side, this is a good line to go to. Again, they do have dimethicone in them, so if you don't like silicones, this might not necessarily be the line for you, but I did really like these products. And then if you are looking for a higher end hair mask that might give you a little bit more oomph, but it's going to cost a little bit more money, I would definitely recommend the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair. When I heard everybody say that in past years, I always kind of just shrugged it off and was like, whatever, it's too expensive, I'm not going to buy that thing. And then I tried this test tube, and it actually does do a really good job at giving me the boost and oomph that I need in my hair. So I will probably be purchasing a full size of this. I think it's somewhere around $30 to $35, so it is kind of pricey, but it is a really good product. It's going to give your hair a really nice boost. Moving into products that we use outside of the shower, starting off with kind of more priming type products. The first one, which will be no surprise to anybody, is the Curlsmith Miracle Shield. This is a really nice priming product that's going to give you a lot of good benefits, things like heat protection. It's going to help protect against different kinds of brush styling, mechanical things like that. It's a really good product to have on hand if it's in your price range. I know all of the Curlsmith products are a little higher, somewhere between like $26 and $30, and I do think that is a good product. However, if that is out of your price range and you just can't really afford that, another good option could be something like the Eva NYC 10-in-1 primer. You can get this for fine hair. So if you're someone who has finer hair type and you don't want to weigh it down with a heavy leave-in conditioner, but you want some heat protectant qualities to it, some detangling properties maybe, as well as it just smells nice. It smells like vanilla. This is a good one to go for, and this is drugstore prices. It's somewhere around $10, I want to say. I also really liked the Marc Anthony Repair Bond leave-in treatment. This is also a heat protectant as well as a treatment. It's got some minor bond repair abilities. If I'm going to put a leave-in treatment in my hair, it may as well have some sort of bond repair abilities, right? It is also a drugstore product, so it's going to be somewhere under $10. It does have dimethicone in it, so if you don't like silicones, this may not be for you, but I found this to be relatively lightweight on my hair. If you need something super lightweight, the Eva NYC is probably your best bet, but this is still a good option as well. This one is a little bit more of an honorable mention because I'm not entirely sure I want to put it in my favorites. It kind of surprised me, and this is a product that's not meant for curly hair. It's not meant for curly hair styling. But this is the Tresemme Fluid Smooth Hair Tonic, specifically the Silky and Supple one. They also have a volume one. But I found when using this product and pairing it with other products that don't give me as good definition, this helps boost my definition because it has protein in it. It's going to help give you a little extra strength to your hair to help it hold its shape a little better. So if you have products laying around that you've tried that have been kind of a bummer because they leave your hair just a little bit elongated, a little more stretched out, a little less definition to them, this could be a good product to try. It's drugstore pricing, it's silicone free, and it's lightweight as well. Now moving into leave-in conditioners. I don't really use these super often because I just find that I'd rather use something that's going to give me curl defining properties, and I can't do a leave-in conditioner and a curl cream because it just weighs my hair down too much. So the time I use leave-in conditioners the most is if I'm doing a wash now style later routine. I do like to put a leave-in conditioner in my hair to help protect it until the next day when I'm going to style my hair. The ones that I like to use are starting off with the Shea Moisture Bond Repair leave-in conditioner. This one works pretty well for me, and again, if you're going to go in with something, why not have some bond repair properties to it? It is a little on the heavier side, but since I'm just going to wet my hair down the next day and possibly rinse it out, it's not a big deal to me. The other one though that I probably use the most is actually the Treluxe Untie the Knot leave-in conditioner. The reason I use this one the most is mainly because the smell. I really like the smell of this product. It just smells like fall to me. It smells like potpourri, and I really, really like it. But it is a really good product. It leaves my hair really nice and moisturized. It's really nice and rich. I think if I were to use this in a full-on routine, it might be a little heavy for my hair, but it's not super duper heavy, and it is a really good product. I don't entirely know the price of these anymore because every time I look them up on Amazon, they're closer to $10. But I think the starting price when I bought this was like $18, but I do recommend this one. I really like it. Following that up, talking about products that you might put in after leave-in conditioner before your other products, the Curlsmith full body volumizing lotion. This is one that I personally really like. Again, it's on the higher budget side, somewhere between $25 and $30. However, when I compared this to the thickening lotion, I found this actually gave me long lasting volume, because that's the issue that I have with a lot of volumizing products is they start off with a lot of volume and they give me a really good boost right at the beginning, but you're constantly having to reshuffle your hair to keep that volume in. I do like to use it and throw it into a routine when I want a little boost of volume and I'm not sure that I'm going to get it from my other products. I will leave links to any videos that I've done talking about these products down in the description box below if you want to see those. Let's move into some more curl cream type products, ones that are going to give you that definition that you're looking for, as well as some sort of moisture. One that actually shook me this year was the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. I always thought this was just going to be too heavy for my hair. It was just going to weigh it down and not give me the kind of results that I wanted, especially because I've actually used this in the past. I used this at the very, very, very beginning of my wavy curly hair journey, and I was surprised when I retried this that this actually gave me pretty decent results. I think the key with these kind of products is just not to go in with too much of them. But this gave me some really decent definition in my hair, and I did actually like it. Again, it's a drugstore product. Out of all the Shea Moisture products, this is probably one of the most popular ones that you can find just about anywhere. Other products that you could go in with if you're looking for something that's a little bit lighter weight would be something like the Hask Curl Care Curl Defining Cream. This product is still drugstore prices. I think it's somewhere between $6 and $8. This one does always give me really good results. It gives me good definition. It doesn't have any protein in it, so if you're looking for a protein-free product, this could be a good choice. By the way, all of these products, unless I mention it, are silicone-free. One of my personal favorite drugstore curl creams is actually the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Defining Cream. I talk about this all the time because this has been my favorites and on my favorites list, I think every single year since I started my channel. This works so well for me and I absolutely adore it. It always just gives me good results, good definition, good volume, just so widely available. It's drugstore prices. I just love it. If you're looking for something a little on the richer side that you need a little bit more moisture, some good options could also be the Cantu Curl Activators. I don't tend to need a lot of moisture, so what I do is I just go in with a very small amount of these. I still get really good results with these, and they are drugstore prices. The packaging on this one is different, the avocado one and the original one as well. I like both of those. I really like the acai one. I don't know if you can still get this, but it works really well for my hair, and I love these products. Another curl activator that I actually really like that is a drugstore product is the Cream of Nature Curl Activator. This is the argan oil one specifically in the red bottle. The other one is a elongating cream. This one is not. This does help give me good definition, help shrink up my hair. I don't feel like this is ever talked about, and I actually really, really like it, and especially because I really like the smell of this one. This one has a more gender neutral scent to it, and it just works really well in my hair, so I would recommend this one. I don't remember entirely the cost of this. I want to say that it's somewhere around $6 to $10. but drugstore prices. Now moving away from the drugstore products, moving into higher end products, the first one that I want to make note of here is actually, I don't have the full bottle right now, I need to get one, but is the AG Recoil Curl Activator. Ever since I got this the first time, my mom got it for me as a gift, I've just fallen in love with it. It always does wonders for my hair. It works so well to give me beautiful clumps, beautiful definition, beautiful shrinkage, beautiful results every single time. I believe it's somewhere around $20. I just can't say enough good things about it, so I highly recommend it. Another option that I personally really like is the Briogeo Curl Charisma Curl Cream. I know not everybody loves this one, and I want to say that the ingredients when I look through it do remind me a lot of the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Defining Cream. So if you don't like that one, you probably won't like this one. However, this does tend to give me similar results to that, just slightly better. Gives me good definition, a good volume, and I really like it. It is a little on the higher side price-wise. It's somewhere closer to $20, I believe. I just find every time I use this that it gives me good results. And the last one in this category that actually really took me by surprise, and I didn't think when I bought this product it would make this list, but the Sexy Hair Slept-In Texture Cream. Now, this is not a product that's meant for like curly styling for the washing goods that we use it for. It's meant more for like straight hair to give it texture when you're blow drying it, give it body and bounce and less frizz and things like that. But I've used this a couple of times now since I first tried it, and it always gives me really nice results, really nice ringlets, good definition. Because it's not a curl cream, it's a lot less heavy as well, which is a benefit for those of us with like finer hair, looser texture. It's not going to weigh your hair down. It's somewhere around $20, and it does have dimethicone and other silicones in it. It surprised me that this made this list, but here we are. The next category is what I would call curl enhancers. So these are things like custards and similar type products. Sometimes you can use these as one-and-done products. It really depends on the environment you live in. They tend to rely a lot on film-forming humectants to give you hold. So if you live in a more humid environment, they're not the best. But if you live in a drier climate like I do, they actually work really well because those film-forming humectants help to trap moisture into your hair. They tend to be light on the moisture, so if something like even a curl cream is too heavy for you, these could be a good option. Starting off with probably the cheapest one, that would be the Aunt Jackie's Curlala Defining Curl Custard. I really like this. It actually really surprised me when I tried it. I've tried it a couple times since, and this gives me really good definition to my hair, really good ringlets. I don't know if I've tried this on its own, to be honest. However, when paired with a gel, this works really well to just give me overall really good results. It is a drugstore product. This is just a sample size. I think I got this for like $3 at Walmart. You could get a full-size jar for like $6 to $10. Next one that I personally really like is the Uncle Fucky's Daughter Curly Magic Curl Stimulator. This is a little higher on the price side. Typically, I've seen it somewhere between $14 and $20. But for me personally, this gives me really good definition. And it does have a little bit of protein in it. So it gives my hair some nice spring, nice bounce to it. And that spring and bounce does tend to give me a little bit more volume as well. It makes my hair look nice and shiny. I personally can get away with this as a one-and-done product because I live in a drier climate. However, if you don't, you might want to pair this with something else. And another similar product that I know a lot of people really like, the Kiki Curly Curling Custard. I don't remember entirely how much this costs. I think it's somewhere between $15 and $20 depending on when and where you buy it. But again, it just gives you really good curl enhancement. It really helps to define your curls, clump them together really nicely. It's a product you can rake through your hair because it's really nice and slippery. For some people, it's not going to be enough on its own. You might have to put something over the top of it if you live in a humid environment. But for me, I can use this as a one-and-done product and it gives me really good results. Now moving into hair gels. I don't really have a whole lot of drugstore ones that I love. Most of them work pretty decently for me. Really, the only one that sticks in my mind personally is actually, not surprising, the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk. Specifically for me, the sculpting gel. I know not everybody loves this because it doesn't give them quite enough hold. It's a level 3 out of 5, so it's like a flexible hold. And if that's the case, you could definitely go in with a harder hold gel. But you'll notice I don't really have a ton of hard hold gels in my lineup because for me personally, with a finer hair type, a looser texture, they're really easy to overdo and they're really easy to make my hair just look stringy and not great. This is a drugstore product, so you could find it just about anywhere. It's somewhere around $8, I believe. Moving into some higher end options, I personally really like the Briogeo Curl Charisma Gel, especially when paired with a cream. Again, the ingredients in this remind me of the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk products, so if you don't like those, you probably won't like this. However, this always has given me really good definition as well as has really good volume. It's just like a really good overall look to it, and I really, really like this, and I do recommend it. It is definitely on the higher price size. I think this somewhere around $20, I want to say. I buy a lot of these more expensive ones when they're on sale, so things like Prime Day or things like Black Friday. The next one that I want to talk about is the Dad Advanced Climate Control Heat and Humidity Gel, specifically the stronger hold one in the red bottle. But this one is really, really good. I've used this a couple of times now as my finishing product, and it does really work with humidity and heat to help keep your hair from frizzing up and getting really, really out of control. Not only that, but it is a more slippery, light texture to it, so it's really easy to work through the hair, really nice and runny. I think the normal full price is closer to $20. If that one is too heavy for you, from my understanding, this is a good alternative, and I personally really, really like this product, is the AG Liquid Effects Styling Lotion. I don't know why they call it a lotion, because it is most definitely a gel, but it is still going to give you anti-humidity properties to it. It's a really nice lightweight product that you can rake through your hair because it's nice and slippery and runny, and it just gives me really good results. I really like it. Price wise, I don't entirely remember. Somewhere around $25, I want to say. And another similar one that's going to help give you some anti-humidity that's really easy to work with is the Jessie Curl Spiralicious Styling Gel. This is also a runnier consistency, so you can rake it through your hair. I personally like this one because it doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients in it that are moisturizing. So if I really do want to use a curl cream, this is a good one to top it off with, so I don't over moisturize my hair. Because if I go in with a moisturizing gel on top of a moisturizing curl cream or something like that, sometimes it can be too much for my fine hair. I don't remember entirely how much this costs. I want to say somewhere between $20 and $25. Correct me if I'm wrong. I will be doing all sorts of links and stuff in the description box below to product links, as well as like video reviews or comparisons that I've done in these products, so check those out if you're curious. This last one is actually one that I've had for a very long time. I never included it in this lineup because I think, for me personally, I tend to overdo it a little bit too much when I'm using this. I just go in with too much product. I retried it again recently, and I realized why it makes it in a lot of people's favorite product list. That is the Curlsmith Hydrostyle Flexi Jelly. Again, it falls in the same category as a lot of these other types of gels. It's really nice and runny and liquidy, so it's really easy to work into the hair, gives you good slip so you can rake it in and then brush style with it. I've tried this in my routine where I was comparing the two lotions that Curlsmith has, the thickening and the volumizing lotion. Realized that this actually works pretty darn well, and I actually really like it. I'm finally almost out of this, so I may actually have to repurchase it. I want to say most Curlsmith products tend to range somewhere between $25 and $30, so this probably fits in that range as well. Now, moving away from gels but still sticking to hold products, let's talk about mousses. I actually do really like me a good hair mousse. I've been going on a kick lately where I've been trying a lot of them, but only 2 of them so far have made it into my favorites list. The first is, unsurprisingly, the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Curl Activating Mousse. Drugstore product. You can find it at a lot of different locations, and this is a really good one at the end of your routine, even if you've used a gel, if you need a little extra boost to scrunch in at the end. This does actually also have some anti-humidity properties to it, so if you're someone who lives in a humid environment that you need that, you could scrunch this in at the end of a routine to help give you a little extra hold, a little extra boost against that humidity. And then another one that actually really surprised me, I've said this before, but there's a lot of products I've tried the past year because my store just kind of was getting rid of a bunch of them, and so I picked them up on sale for 50% off, and this was one I didn't expect to really like that much, and then I tried it and I just fell in love with it, and that is actually the Nexus hair mousse. They say it's a light hold product, but this gave me really good definition to my hair. Really good twist, really good clumps, really good ringlets to it, really good bounce and spring too, because this does have some elastin protein in it, and I was really shocked. I really liked it. I think full price of this product is somewhere around $14, so it's really not too bad either. I keep thinking that maybe I should get some more of the Nexus products from this lineup because I think they do actually have a curl cream, so let me know if you'd like to see that in the comments below. The next category is hair foams. I actually personally really like hair foams, especially because, like I've said, sometimes curl creams can be a little bit too heavy on my hair, so a hair foam is also kind of a curl enhancing product typically that I can use that way before I put a gel in my hair to clump my hair together, giving good definition. I personally sometimes can use these as one-and-done products. Again, I live in a drier climate, so I don't always need a gel to put in my hair, and so some of my favorites to use have actually been starting off with the Dew Mousse Def Texture Foam. I want to say this is somewhere between $12 and $15. It does have anti-humidity ingredients in it as well as some proteins, so this does give me some good definition, some good shrinkage. A lot of people also use foams at the very end of their routine to kind of scrunch in to give them a little boost in volume, a little boost in hold, and in the case like this one, a little extra anti-humidity. Another foam that I really like is actually the Treluxe Soothe and Restore Curl Defining Mousse. I don't entirely know what this one is going price range. I think when I bought it, it was somewhere around $20. But this one gives me really good definition to my hair, really good clumps. They're big and juicy, and it does give me some decent volume to my hair as well. And I really like working with this product. It's really easy to work with. I personally really like the smell of it. I don't know what it is. It gives me nostalgia. Nostalgia for what? I couldn't say, but it does. And then the last foam that I want to mention here is the Curlsmith Bouncy Strength Volume Foam. On its own, it doesn't have a lot of hold. It's 2 out of 10, but I have used this on its own before, and it actually gave me pretty good results. It gave me really nice texture, definition, really nice clumps to my hair, and of course it gave me some really good volume. A lot of people, the way they use this is at the very end of their routine. They scrunch it in to give them that volume, and that's definitely a good way to use it. I've actually repurchased it since I ran out, and I really like it. I really recommend it. It is a Curlsmith product. I think this one is one of the cheaper ones. It's like $24 instead of $26. Now, the last 2 products that I want to mention, kind of following the other category. The first is the Curlsmith Flawless Finish Hairspray. I personally have the flexible hold one. I was a little nervous about spending the money on trying the hard hold one because, like I've mentioned, hard hold products don't always play well with my hair. But I do really like this as a good finishing product. So I do highly recommend this one. I know it's a little on the higher price side for a hairspray, but most hairsprays either make my hair feel very crunchy or just dry it out, and this doesn't. And then the very last product is the Shea Moisture Bonding Oil. I don't tend to actually use oils very frequently anymore as my finishing products. I actually use the hairspray to do a finishing result. I tend to do a lot of hair testing, and I feel like if I put this on my hair at the end after testing a product for the first time, it's going to impact the results, and I don't want to do that. However, maybe I should have included this at the very beginning of the video, because what I have found is this works really well to detangle my hair with as a pre-treatment. So if I'm going in to detangle, this has a lot of good slip to it. It's also slightly on the lighter weight side, and I really just find it works well for my hair. It's also drugstore prices, so it's a good hair oil to reach for. I do want to give some honorable mentions to the tools that I use that are my favorites. So when it comes to styling my hair, I always brush down my hair, and the brush I use is the Bounce Curl Compact Define brush. I do have the one that's got the wider edge. I don't have the edge lift one. If you'd like to see me compare them, let me know in the comments below. But I've been using this for about a year now. I will never go back. This just has worked very consistently for me, which is really important because the other boar bristle brush I was using wasn't really super consistent, and sometimes it would give me just massive ringlets, which are cute and I like the way they look, but they make my hair look really sparse. So this one doesn't. I really like this. Another one that I want to give an honorable mention I've been playing with recently is these clips. They're like root lift clips that kind of have a second layer in them, so they help really lift your hair up to give you volume. I used to use the Curl Keeper clips. You could kind of see here they have these really sharp spikes on them, and my scalp is really sensitive, and I tend to put the clips in and leave them in for like 4 hours, and they just get really uncomfortable on my head. So I have found that these ones work much better. I have to go in with 4 instead of 2, but they still give me some good root lift, some good volume to my hair, and they're much more comfortable. And then I do feel like the last honorable mention I should give is to my blow dryer. So here I have the Babyliss Pro Nano Titanium, and then with it I actually have the Activators hair dryer. At first I thought that the opening was too small for it, but my husband helped me kind of just force it on there, and it does actually fit. I do really like this because it has a lot of holes in it. It also has holes up on the top here, help get into your scalp and dry your scalp, and it just is a really nice big bowl too because I have a lot of hair. The blow dryer I want to say was somewhere around $80, and the Activators hair diffuser somewhere around $20, I want to say. All right, I'm going to keep this outro pretty brief because I know this was a longer video and there was a lot of talking and rambling. I'm hoping I can keep it close to 30 minutes, but we'll see. Thank you for sitting around until the end of this. If there are any products that I mentioned here today that you love, drop it down in the comments below. I'd also just love to hear your favorite products, because if I haven't tried them yet, maybe I'll try to get a hold of them next year and give them a try. I love hearing your feedback, and I do post a brand new video almost every single Friday. So if you did like this, please do like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next time. And as a reward for sitting through this entire video, drop a comment down below if you made it this far. I'm going to show you my puppy sleeping on the floor back here. She started figuring out that when I take my camera down, that means it's time to go. So she is no longer sleeping. She is waiting not so patiently by the door. You ready to go, Ori? Yeah, you ready to get out of here? Okay. Ori. She's done with me. Oh. Is the kitty outside the door?